Throughout the original timeline of the Marvel Cinematic Universe from Iron Man in 2008 to Endgame in 2019, the Hulk held many appearances as well as many situations where he displayed feats of intensive physical strength or highly destructive acts of physical power. However, during that time, one of the most iconic attacks that the Hulk used in the comic books was rarely depicted or even used during that time. But the speculative scenario is this: why did the Hulk not use his Thunderclap attack in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Throughout the decades of continuity for the Incredible Hulk, the use and meaning for the Thunderclap varied depending on the stories that the Hulk was depicted in. The Thunderclap was essentially a plot mechanism that the Hulk would use for the situations that he was shown in. As a result, the clap could have simply been a noise of varying intensity, a distraction of varying circumstance, or a physical force of varying strength. Due to all of these reasons, the Thunderclap isn't necessarily an offensive maneuver or even a defensive maneuver, rather an aspect of the Hulk's ingenuity to be used depending on how it was needed for him to use the clap. The only real time that the Thunderclap was technically depicted in the original era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was during the semi-canon film The Incredible Hulk, as it was used for the circumstances the Hulk was in towards the end of the film. Besides that particular example, there were no much other reasons, conditions, or to gauge the intensity for the particular Thunderclap. With the Marvel Cinematic Universe being more realistic in terms of portrayals, and having no other choice but to be simplified for casual audiences to understand, the clap couldn't or wouldn't be used anywhere near as much or as ingeniously as it was shown within the comics. It's been speculated as to why the Hulk wasn't allowed to perform iconic attacks from the comics such as the Thunderclap was due to concerns from screenwriters as well as producers of how the films at the time desired to portray the Hulk as a force of overwhelming physically impressive power, due to how the Hulk was depicted in the films of the time, from a mindless force of nature to a magically controlled creature to finally a victim of circumstance. It might not have been logical for the Hulk to have such an attack in the films because clapping together his hands to use the force generated by his nearly infinite strength would have been expected or even demanded by viewers of the movies for specific situations that the Hulk was shown in. To avoid such comparisons or expectations, the attack simply wasn't put into the films, and the Hulk therefore not thinking to use his strength in such a particular way.